Hey everybody, welcome to the AYS podcast. I'm your favorite host, Robbie, aka Mr. Bean, and today we're going to be talking about raids. Everything you need to know about raids. How to stop raids, how to deal with raids, how to prevent raids. So, the first thing we're going to take a look at is anti-raid bots. Now, there's 4 bots that I can think of off the top of my head that are a must-have for your server. The first one is Wick. Wick's more of a preventative bot. It stops the action before it happens. What Wick does is, obviously, it auto-mutes and auto-warns people. It can do some auto-ban stuff and some auto-kick stuff as well. But the really important thing is that it can, like, quarantine your staff. So if it looks like your staff are raiding, I think you can set it to however many roles are edited or however many channels are edited. It will remove the perms from that person so that person can't damage your server any further. Now the next 2 bots that are worth looking at are verification and captcha bots. Now some bots do those things separately, so you might have to get 2 different bots. Some bots do that in the same bot. Now a verification bot basically makes you type in a verification channel before you can talk in the rest of the server, so it'll have the bot's prefix and verify. And so if there is a spam bot that joins your server, it's just going to spam in the verification channel, and that doesn't really matter. Now the next thing that you will find in quite a few places around Discord now is captcha bots. The bot will either send a message in a verification channel or send a message in your DMs, and it will make you fill out a captcha. So it'll have you type a word or a phrase or a couple letters. And I know Discord has a few of their own captchas that makes you select like a bus or a plane when you join servers. Now, the last bot I would like to talk about is alt identification. Now, there's quite a few alt identification bots out there. Which one you use is up to you. I don't know how these bots work, but they are very useful. If the bot tags you as an alt, it'll send you a DM and you have to verify on the website. You have to send your email and do a captcha and stuff. And so that's how that works. Now the next part of this is hiring good staff. Obviously you can't depend on just bots for your server. Bots aren't perfect and bots can't really think for themselves. So you want to hire some people with some experience. You want to make sure that your staff know what they're doing. And if they don't know what you're doing, you want to train your staff for a situation like a raid that could happen. You want to make sure that they're ready and they know what to do in the event that the bot doesn't work or that the bot is offline. You have to make sure that these staff have the necessary permissions. So if you have a moderator that can't ban people and they need to be banned, obviously that's not going to work out too well. They'll just end up muting them until you come back. And that really just leaves the whole situation unattended to. So you want to make sure you have somebody online at all times who does have the correct permissions. Now, I would like to touch briefly on a good management setup, because if it's just you and 10 mods, things are going to go crazy because you have to deal with all the management stuff, obviously. But it is nice to have someone in management alongside you who is in a different time zone, who is probably awake while you're asleep. That way, if a raid does happen, they can take control of the situation and direct the staff and make sure the bots are all up and running. Now, let's say your bots are offline and all your mods are asleep, or haven't gotten to the scene of the raid yet. You want to know what to do when the raid comes. You have to know how to stop it. So the first thing we need to look at is what a raid looks like. So a lot of common raids look like spam from multiple users, targeted attacks, stuff that looks like self-bots. So if you see a user sending an embed that only a bot can send, that's probably a self-bot. And then this type of raid's gone pretty uncommon. I haven't seen it in a while, but DM advertising raids happen a lot too. So the first thing you want to do is not panic, because everything will be under control if you stay calm. Last thing you want to do is panic, and the last thing you want to do is give the raiders attention, Because the minute you start panicking and the minute you start giving them attention, that's the point when they know they've done their job right and they're not going to stop. You want to start with a mute. Maybe you lock the channel if there's a lot of people, or if it's just a couple people, you mute them and then take a look at the content that's posted. If it's just a copy pasta, like a picture of Mario posted 28 times, you can just forward with a mute for a while and delete those messages. But if it's NSFW content or gore or anything, or something that's against your server rules, you want to look at that and decide what actions you're going to take next. So you're going to want to note down their IDs and their username, and then you're going to ban them. You're going to delete those messages, of course. And then anybody that needs to be reported to Discord should be reported to Discord immediately. So that would be people using self-bots, posting gore, leaking IPs, and other stuff against Discord's terms and service. Now, Discord has updated their terms and service. Now, Discord has updated their terms of service, and the changes are going to be applied sometime in March. So I suggest you go take a look at those so you know what Discord's bannable offenses are, so you know how to further moderate your server for that. Now, we've covered everything about raids. Everything that needs to be known has been covered in this podcast. I would like to give a quick shout out to shop.ays.gg, where we have a host of marketing services fit for you. We've got auto ads, we've got bot creation, we've got mod mail creation. You can sponsor us over on our Patreon page, and you can get yourself a fancy custom channel and growth advice. If you have any questions, you can DM AYS support. And that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. This has been Robbie, aka Mr. Bean. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the AYS podcast.